words can describe the array of emotions this film made me film.
I had to get in front of my camera and film every one of them.
Now film me being happy. Lights, camera, VF Plus? Oh, it's terrible things read with enthusiasm. Well, at least in the room we've got Boots rain gear.
Oh, impatience is getting the better of me. Let's go beyond the icing to that opening scene and test the cake itself. Whoa, hold on there, wait a minute. The cake tastes of shit? Oh, that's so amusing. Thanks so much, Lars von Trier. Lovely icing on a crap cake.
Check.
The dude that posted that other comment that said this movie sucked is full of crap.
Kumquatsa!
There's so much better stuff you could be watching instead of Shawshank, like porn or Rikio.
John Toast.
I hate it when someone makes a movie kind of pointless, but because of the use of symbolism or extreme scenes is considered art. Art my ass with $2 signs.
I've met your friend on the internet, and his name is Adam Bozarth.
The Force Awakens? More like the Treasury Department awakens.
Whoa! Wait, what? I don't get it. Wait, what? The Treasury Department?
I mean, I like Shawshank Redemption, but as I was watching it, I was thinking I'd rather be watching porn of Rick.
What if I had two
not
screens
wrong.
and one of them was always showing porn and one of them was always showing Rikio?
It's a sad movie where
happen to my
Star Wars
life?
becomes simplistic and childish.
That is sad. That's very sad.
Oh, man.
Hey, F Plus.
Oh,
Hi,
hello.
Lemon.
Hello,
Lemon.
Lemon.
Oh, well, I got some big energy. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
fantastic. Oh, yeah, chomping at the bit. We're just going to white knuckle through this episode.
Just give me something to read, motherfucker.
Need it.
Well, I totally will. But first, I have a question. My question for you is, what are your feelings on pop culture?
Turgid.
Hate it.
Yeah, I hate how turgid it is. It's just so
I
off-putting.
like how turgid it is.
So
No,
Turgid.
Boots, I love when you say that. So we're going to be, today, we're going to be going to a site that we've been to once before for this podcast, a site called IMDb. That is the Internet Movie Database. Last time we were there was when IMDb shut down their forums.
Rip.
Yeah, exactly.
Did they fail to follow through? Are we like following up on them and holding them accountable?
we're a non-profit actionable committee.
Jeff Bezos didn't get around to deleting them yet.
It just grew back on its own like algae on top of a stagnant pool.
What is this?
No. The IMDb forums are still dead. But IMDb intentionally, according to their mission, have maintained their entire movie review section. So people can review movies and TV shows for that matter, and also people. You just review people, and those things are there, as well as those asshole lists like 30 actresses I get a boner for. Those are also there. But what we're going to be looking at today,
Like you specifically?
yeah. People really like to write that down.
just 30 actresses, Lemon gets a boner for.
30 more actresses.
We've
Lemon
been
gets a
following
boner.
around. We've been measuring.
Chuck, does this count as a boner? I'm not sure. So this is a document by a first-time submitter, Alqemizzy. Alqemizzy be putting it down. He's the hottest round. So this document is called "Everyone's a Critic, Unfortunately," or "How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Hate IMDb and the Entire Movie-Watching Public in General." And the document starts by saying that is a document that literally came to the submitter in a dream.
With it, also credit given to Girl Kisser 420.
Yes, thanks again, Girl Kisser 420, for some editing assistance here. So this has some very nice sections to it, and the first section that we're going to be reading here is 10-star ratings of the worst movies on IMDb. AKA, I like the things you hate and I'm right.
Oh, good.
So to that end, let's see here. Adam, you like epic movie, right?
Epic movies?
Yeah.
Like Ben-Hur?
No, not epic movie. No. It's a movie. It's a movie called Epic Movie.
Oh, and it's about one epic?
Those are movies that, like, when they pop out of the chest, they're purple and they're a little better than the blue movies.
Oh, epic
sakes.
movie.
Yeah, it was Cal Penn was in it.
Cal Penn, yep.
It parodied the Chronicles of Narnia. And the Da Vinci Code.
And Paris Hilton in general. And, Fred Willard apparently didn't have better things to do that day.
Okay, epic movie. Okay,
So,
let me do this.
so your name is Straight Man, damn Mac. Something like that.
Sturt, manademic, bam, lamb.
Straight man, Adam Mack.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I was fortunate enough to go and see a screening of this film, realizing that the two directors had made Da 8 movie. I thought, oh no, not again. Wrong. This movie was 1,000,000,000 times better for 5 simple reasons. Number 1, no corny humor. Number 2, excellent acting. Number 3, much better directing. Number 4, good storyline. Number 5, enjoyable mockeries.
It's okay. It's got Colin Mockery.
Damn it. I don't know how enjoyable I would call Colin.
Okay, so he's not in it.
If you don't want to see Harry Potter or Captain Jack Sparrow look stupid, then pass this one. Otherwise, go see it.
Sacred
This
cows.
probably won't be a classic comedy film, but has the potential to impress many critics who don't mind a good laugh.
Well, apparently most critics mind.
I was going to see this, but I don't want a good laugh. So, do you mind? Do you mind?
I mean, I just don't understand how they could make Captain Jack Sparrow look stupid.
2.4 stars from an aggregate total of 99,602 ratings.
It is literally impossible to make Harry Potter look stupid. Two
I mean,
tickets,
that's true.
please.
Nothing will ever sully the reputation of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nothing I can think of.
Nope.
Kumquats up. Your name is Sam Grimes.
Oh yes, hello. My name is Sam Grimes 47649, and I am going to talk to you today about the funniest and rudest comedy since American Pie, and how did the BBFC 12A become A15 on video? And that is the title.
Is my printer broken?
That is the title of my post. So I'm here today.
Is that like an age classification rating?
No, this is the title of my new
must
movie, which is going to compete with Epic Movie. This is the title of my movie. Are you ready for the title of my movie? The title of my movie is called The Best, Funniest, and Rudest Comedy Film I Watched Since American Pie. This is better than American Pie. I couldn't stop laughing at this film, and also how the BBFC 12A became A15 on video. It's ridiculous, the film getting A15 on video and A12A. The film should have been A15. Altogether, I love the Stakes on a Plane parody. This was perhaps best BBFC need to consider giving a film like this A15 altogether.
Wow.
That's the title of my film. Thank you. Goodbye.
That's the rating that the EU gave it.
Also, I wrote this on January 29th, 2020. I'm very concerned about this.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I'll bet they really stuck at the Snakes on a Plane. I mean, the people that made that film probably feel really foolish now.
Yeah.
They're making our movie look dumb.
I mean, Snakes on a
Wait,
Plane.
I made that movie?
I mean, the tone it was shot in was like almost like a serious documentary. It's hard to believe it was fictional. So. Well, I've got something to say. I'm Trev the actor, and it's not as bad as people say. Watch the unrated version.
Oh.
I think people don't like this because they set their expectations too high.
Yeah, that's yep.
Definitely a problem.
It will make you laugh, but it's not as good as Scary Movie. The High Water Mark. If you want to see a really bad spoof, then watch Disaster Movie, but this is pretty funny. Some jokes were obvious. This probably wasn't that hard to write up, but it'll make you laugh. All in all, a good spoof. Not Airplane good, but, as in human butt, better than Disaster Movie. I give this an 8 out of 10. So if you're going to buy it, buy the uncut because the theatrical is not nearly as good in any way, shape, or form. So, watch this. Yeah. Well, the only thing wrong with this movie is the fawn that gives tongue kisses to the gay beaver of the thread of the end.
I think that's 3 out of 4.
Oh, okay, 3 out of 4 the end.
Like, maybe that's not 3 out of 4 stars. Maybe that's ass of fuck.
Guys, bad news. The MPAA says we have to cut the gay fawn scene. And I know we all worked really hard, and we worked really hard on the puppet and the beaver puppet, and we all worked really hard to make it really offensive.
Hey, to be fair, it's the beaver that's gay. The fawn sexuality is left ambiguous.
Yeah.
The MPA doesn't see it that way. They think it's just gay, and they said it's got to go. If otherwise, it's NC-17.
Okay, no, we're going to the MPAA and delivering them the Kinsey scale, the gold standard of sexuality.
This fawn is pansexual, I say.
So this is a movie that I forgot existed, but it's Son of the Mask.
No need to curse, Lemon.
You've obviously never seen it because you would not forget it.
Okay, yeah. So it's a sort of like franchise sequel to the Mask series, starring Jamie Kennedy.
What?
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
I guess it's like so. This would be like
it's starring a young boy, but it has Jamie Kennedy.
Oh, okay. Well, sure, but the young boy. I mean, Jamie Kennedy's like top billing.
Well, sure. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Paid
So
for Jamie Kennedy, they're going to put him on the top billing.
Sure. So Boots, you're a fan of Jamie Kennedy and Son of the Mask.
That's a very apocryphal statement.
Try to sue me, motherfucker. Anyway, your name's Puchenstein.
Yeah, my name's Puchenstein. Yeah. No one's going to give this movie credit, but it rocks. Okay, Son of the Mask, 2005. Has a 50,482 ratings, give it a 2.2, but I gave it a 10. Okay. I know loads of people are going to disagree with me or think I'm crazy, but I really enjoyed this film.
You're crazy!
I know some people are going to put me on a podcast to make fun of me, but...
I'll take your arrows.
In July of 2020. About 15 years from now, they're going to do this. I don't even know what a podcast is. I remember loving the first one, but that was so long ago, I couldn't really remember the actual storyline when I was watching this. So I wasn't comparing it to the original, just enjoying it as one of those fun, slightly mental movies that is just a laugh. I used to watch Jamie Kennedy's show, JKX, an earlier version of Punk'd, but without the celebrities and much madder setups.
Pretty sure
I was a big
came
fan.
Later, but that's fine.
No, I'm an expert on this, you motherfucker.
Okay, you might be right. I'm sorry.
He's absolutely hilarious. Although he does end up being outshined by the insane special effects and the even more special baby.
Yeah.
Oh boy, does he.
He gets outacted by a baby in pixels, but he's really funny.
Yeah.
Just watch this movie with a big bunch of friends and enjoy it for what it is, a madcap adventure with a weak storyline that somehow has a sweet ending.
10 out of 10.
Hey guys, who wants to come over and watch The Mask 2? Anybody?
Thanks for coming over. The story I told you was a little bit of a ruse.
I know I said we were going to have bad movie night, but...
That will really have you in stitches. Oh, and if you just happen to enjoy it, check out Malibu's Most Wanted, another Jamie Kennedy great, based on one of the most popular skits from JKX. Jamie Kennedy rocks!
Oh, God, does this mean that Jamie Kennedy's our Sacha Baron Cohen? God damn it.
He's your Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, no. Don't put that evil on me.
Okay, so, like, my name is Lex Webb. This film was not at all perfect, but it was enjoyable to me. What I cannot understand is why nobody can accept another person's opinion on this board. I post my opinion, and everyone is going to bash it, saying the following. You have bad taste, you're a child, go see a doctor, you're a studio plant, fuck you.
Whoa.
Wow.
A studio plant? Presumably not from the studio that came up with the Son of the Mask.
You're a rubber tree plant in the Fox offices.
I'm 14 for the record, just thought I would post
You are a child.
Not that affects anything.
Just thought I would post my opinion. I thought it was an okay film, and I just hope other people on this board can respect my opinion on this film. I say this because nobody has respected anybody else's opinions and has been bashing it and calling them plants. Thank you.
Wow. So this is like some fake news bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're QAnon, but for Jamie Kennedy. So we've covered 2 bad movies, which means it's time for an Uwe Boll movie.
Okay.
Wait, we're gonna move movies? What?
Yeah. We're gonna move into the Uwe Boll 2003 opus House of the Dead. 32,249 ratings give this a total of 2 out of 10 stars. And my name is Yavo Egele. And in March of 2016, I said this. I want to tell you why this is a pretty kick-ass movie. First of all, let's consider what the bare minimum we should expect out of an entertaining horror movie. Okay? Number one.
An entertaining horror movie.
Out of an entertaining horror movie.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 1, blood. Number
I'm
2,
with you.
boobs.
Yeah.
Number 3, beasts. And this movie has all 3 in spades. The action scenes are hyper stylized yet original. Yeah. Blood and boobs and beasts. It's got blood and boobs and beasts.
Okay, so like psychological horror isn't real horror?
No.
Unless-
Does it have blood and boobs and
Yeah,
beasts?
it's got those things.
He said entertaining, Jack Chick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Go back to Silent Hill, you virgin.
I
Cannot be entertained while thinking.
The action scenes are hyper stylized yet original and interesting. The zombie effects are reminiscent of Lucio Fulci's Zombie.
Sure.
You'll have to take my word. In that they also look really old and cheap, I guess.
Also, it's worth noting that he has spelled the name of Lucio Fulci's movie Zombie incorrectly.
Incorrectly. Yeah.
No, that's the music video Lucio Fulci did for the Cranberries song.
It's really good special effects.
Plus, they have practical effects, a super bonus considering many films, even those made in 2002, were relying far too heavily on cheap CGI effects. I will offer that some of the acting is pretty ridiculous at best, but some performances, including Clint Howard's,
Yeah.
are truly genre classics. Avoiding all story spoilers, as I think the film should be experienced in the purest way possible. I would like to point, you don't want to, like, people fucking get eaten by beasts, and then also there's
man.
boobs. Blood happens.
Oh man, I had my evening all set, and somebody ruined 2003's House of the Dead by Uwe Boll for me. Damn it!
13 years too soon.
I would like to point out overall the story moves at a brisk pace and never tests the audience and their patience. The film offers a lot for horror fans, and whatever your previous opinion of this film is, or if you haven't seen it yet, I implore you to watch it again / first time with an open mind and a youthful enthusiasm for the strange and the fantastic. If you thought this movie sucked the first time you watch it again. Watch Uwe Boll movies until you like it.
Yeah, it really rewards you on a second viewing, right?
Yeah. You catch it. It's like rewatching one of the Conan O'Brien Simpsons episodes. You know, there's so many other jokes hidden in the background.
Yeah, you'll just be watching it. It'll be like watching Citizen Kane again and just get something new out of it. It's like, wow, I thought he used this Matrix slowdown thing on scenes where nothing's happening too much, but he did it again, and I'm really feeling it now.
Really, if you think about it, it's the Citizen Kane of entertaining horror movies.
It does have blood, boobs, and beasts.
Yeah.
Something
Adam,
Citizen Kane was surely lacking.
Adam, Sethan has some math he wants to bring to us. The thriller.
Eek! This is the very first time I've made a review on a pure horror movie, and boy, what a spooky horror movie it is! Of course, there's Manos, The Hands of Fate, which is also a horror film. However, Manos was more of a comedy and a disaster rather than a really spooky horror movie. Because the man had no budget, the plot was weak, and the story was weak too, etc. However, thanks to my handy-dandy, trusty calculating device of mine, $7 million, how much it cost to make House of the Dead, divided by a measly little $19,000, how much it cost to make Manos, Hands of Fate, equals approximately
This
366.4210526315789473.
is bad math. You don't need that many significant digits.
4210.
He does if he's going to be accurate. I mean, if you're going to put this in a plot graph, you're going to want that level of accuracy.
He's already dealing with approximates. I don't think the movie cost exactly $7 million to the dollar. What if it did?
So,
Does your calculator screen
was about
stretch off to the
366.4210852789473688.
I got it.
Times more expensive than Manos to make. Judging between the two, House of the Dead is the better choice for a bad horror film.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks, buddy.
Did that help anybody? Did it
Thanks,
help
buddy.
me?
I could show you how to do more significant digits on the Windows calculator app.
For what it's worth, Sethan also really loved the epic movie. 10 out of 10 stars.
He also really loved 2006 Crossover and also 2006 Bottoms Up, starring Paris Hilton.
Ooh. His title for Bottoms Up is, Hey, Bottoms Up, Dude, hang 10 stars.
Thanks.
He really liked Crossover because Wayne Brady was in it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, fair enough, yeah, of course.
Oh.
All right.
Mockery.
Let's do one more out of the 10-star rating of bad movies. This one is one I don't think any of us have heard of, or at least I know I haven't. It's called The Hottie and the Naughty. It stars Paris Hilton.
Okay.
The end. It stars Paris Hilton.
Which
Hilton.
Which one is she?
So it's about the idea that Paris Hilton is hot, and then there's like an ugly girl.
Yeah.
And that's about as much as I care to learn about this movie. But I know that Cab Cat really liked it. John, can you take Cab Cat, please?
Sure. Well, my name is Cab Cat, as was said, and this movie is... The title of my review is Amazing. This movie is the greatest movie I have ever watched in my whole entire life.
Okay, all right. Mm-hmm.
It inspired me to be different like the ugly one. It also helped me learn that it is not okay to be ugly. I want to be beautiful like the hottie, but I am naughty.
Oh, hello.
I am the grossest, ugliest person you will ever meet, but this movie showed me how to rock it. I am the new ugly rock now. Watch out, world. I am coming.
Wow.
People scream when they see me, and I used to be embarrassed, but now I feed off of their screams. I am powerful. I am unstoppable. I am the new naughty. I am like a fire, and people's screams are like the kindling that feed me and make me grow. I am starting a new earth where I will rule the world, and the world will be a better, uglier place. If you are an ugly, please watch this amazing, classic, romantic, comedy, thriller, adventure-filled, action-packed, foreign, horror, sci-fi fantasy musical drama. You won't regret it. If you want to join me in the uglies, please tell me, and I may accept you into my ruling. Goodbye, hotties. Hello, naughties.
I want to see that.
Well,
movie.
I would watch. Yeah, I would watch a movie about Cab Cat for sure. It's Cab Cat's only reviews.
Hey, you guys want to hear some IMDb plot keywords for the hottie and the naughty?
How many keywords does the hottie and the naughty have?
75.
75. Wow. Okay, and what sort of, like, I'm assuming he was saying comedy.
Yeah, so like bra and panties,
Is that
female virgin,
that's one word.
visible midriff. Sorry, visible midriff.
That's where we are right now.
Superficiality, white bra, desirable legs.
Desirable legs.
Yeah. You could click is this relevant to make it more relevant?
I'm going to just pivot on all movies with the hooded sweatshirt tag.
Yeah, hooded sweatshirt.
I just want all movies that have been tagged hooded sweatshirt.
Valentine's card, sitting on a bench,
Tooth decay.
peer, flashback, younger version of character, hit with guitar, boyfriend girlfriend relationship. That's a helpful tag. Unemployment, repetition in title.
Repetition and okay.
Ampersand in title.
Thank
It's not
goodness.
exactly
Finally.
repetition.
A word I'm not going to read.
Okay, great.
Blister. Event organizer. I love event organizer movies.
We're going to move on in just a second here,
Such
but
as Jaws, too.
Jack Chick, you were looking at the tag visible midriff.
That would be visible mid-riff. But
Yeah. Just right in the middle of the riff.
Right, yeah. If you wouldn't mind, if I could read the associated movies and television shows.
Sure, it looks like there's only 3.
There's only 3. Okay, so we got to hear from number 1, which is the hottie and the naughty.
Makes sense, sure.
Yeah, obviously the greatest mid-riff visibility film ever.
Yeah.
It raised so much visibility on the subject, actually.
Number 2 was a comedy drama film called Oh Lucy from 2017. And number 3 is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, episode 1.3 from 1981.
Yeah, the BBC show. A specific episode of the BBC's miniseries.
Yep.
That was probably the introduction of Trillion.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And that is it on Exposed Midriffs. There was no such thing as I Dream of Jeannie, and that's it.
Well, they covered up her belly button.
It's not
It doesn't
exposed
count.
navels.
Yeah, no, it doesn't count. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so we're going to be moving on. That was the 10-star section. We're going to be moving on into the 1-star section. This is part 2. This is all 1-star ratings. And we're going to start off with a movie by popular foot fetishist Quentin Tarantino. For a movie called Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino's done anything other than love feet. I'm not sure what that would
Does
be.
he make movies?
About feet, I think.
Right.
I think he starts off with the sort of like footage of the feet and then just pads it around that. So Adam, your name is Josh. You Josh along with somebody else.
Yeah, with a team of other Joshes.
Yeah. He's my Josh. Josh is my co-pilot. So what did you think of the movie Pulp Fiction?
What? Where? Who cares?
Wow.
Zing. Love that.
A lot of people have been fooled into believing that this was a great film. I've never seen anything like it, and I hope I never will. This is one slop of a film, and I'm disgusted to know that it has so many high reviews. It was a confusing ball of goo that amounted to nothing. I didn't care for the characters and never will. What a hopeless bunch of freaks. I don't jump on the freak bandwagon. Unless they're natural ones. You know what I'm talking about. Not arrogant embodiments of deranged entertainment. The glorification of smut is worse than the smut. And that is exactly what this movie is. The sad thing is, I don't believe that some of these actors were acting at all. They were just being themselves.
That's true. John Travolta was just shooting up heroin.
Mm-hmm. Travolta and Jackson in wigs. That was scary.
Well,
Wait, actors wearing wigs in movies?
It's frightening to me when people wear hats made of hair. I don't like it. My God doesn't like it. I don't want to see it. The only interesting thing about this movie was the sequence of events. I like the way that it started at one point and it ended in the same, but I dislike everything in between. Okay.
Well, then you didn't really like this. You didn't really like the sequence of events. Then
That
you
wasn't how
just
the movie worked. That was the
You
only
want to
thing
watch
that you-
Tim
Okay.
Roth rob a diner.
you just wanted the diner robbery. That's it.
That's all I want. I want to watch white people with guns yell at people in coffee shops for an hour.
I love it when she says, "Any of you pricks fucking move," and I'll say to every motherfucking last one of you.
I love it when men do long monologues about their wallet and where they got it. That's a movie.
But long monologues in a car, black.
Ugh. Oh, he's got a Band-Aid on his head. Who cares? The problem with this film is that it tricks the audience into giving it great reviews.
That is a problem.
It's super hot.
Let me explain. It is the super hot of movies.
Fiction, pulp, fiction.
Pulp Fiction is the most innovative movie of all time.
Do you speak English? Super hot. Sorry.
Motherfucker.
Bad.
Motherfucker.
Bad motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go.
It uses the peer pressure method. You know, this movie is for intelligent and cool people. The famous line. The famous line from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
This movie is for intelligent and cool people. Crap. Well, I'd gladly stand among those who know that this was nothing more than a shock flick. It was produced to see if the letter could be pushed a little farther. You know, pushing the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pushing
Pushing the letter. You know,
Pushing
that
the letter.
famous idiom.
I've pushed the envelope so far, the letter came out.
and then I just started pushing that fucking thing
Now I'm
around.
pushing the goddamn letter.
Soon enough, I'll be pushing the ink. Where does it end, Hollywood?
Unfortunately, it drags what little respect Hollywood has with it. This movie from 1992 or
that's
whatever
interesting. Yeah, and you wrote this in 2006.
Fucking, I'm afraid that this is one of the...
You wrote this in 2006, and you were like, "This is the most like violent and sweary movie I've ever seen before."
Yeah, this is the guy who was both really unhappy that they got away with that they took away the Hays Code, and also hadn't watched a movie since when the Hays Code was taken away. It's just like, what are they putting in movies now?
How do I buy a movie ticket? I'm just a simple caveman.
Your modern box office confuses me.
You know, his last line on this is pretty special. It's like, I'm afraid that this is one of the major stepping stones to a pathetic industry that only produces film for vulgar
lust.
Okay. I mean, sure. I mean, you're not wrong about that. That's fine.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm the
fair, I
only one who
guess.
sees it.
I was too aroused by this movie.
Yeah.
Boots, you noticed that there's a bunch of different spellings for bare midriff.
Well, yeah.
But if you do spell bare midriff correctly, you do get 311 titles.
Yeah,
thank goodness.
But there's bare midriff. There's bare midriff,
Yep.
which now only has 2 titles apparently. There's Man with a Bare Midriff.
The best movie for bare midriff is Independence Day. Best one.
Sure.
Followed by Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep.
Then Jumanji, which I'm pretty sure is The Rock in that case. Okay, so Kumquat Stop, your Zuma 777. You're very
Sorry,
lucky.
Karen Gillan.
9? IMDb? Really? My name's Zuma777, and here I am on March 7th, 2013, talking about Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
Sorry for the image, but if you take a bowl of crap, rearrange it, and put some sugar and a little cherry on top, what two you get?
A fuck shit stack. A fuck shit stack.
Ellipsis. A bowl of crap.
Oh.
On top of itself.
I know. I think it's a special bowl of crap at that point, honestly.
This is the most overrated film of all time. I'm even feeling strange to call it a film.
That's true. It wasn't filmed.
It has no story, no feelings, no plot, no music. There's definitely no music.
Definitely no music. There's no musical scenes in Pulp Fiction.
I
It did
couldn't figure
not
out the
have
mute.
a best-selling
I
soundtrack.
couldn't figure out the mute button on my TV remote, so it didn't have any music.
I certainly didn't listen to that soundtrack for like a year straight.
I didn't realize that that Quentin Tarantino made silent films. There wasn't any dialogue either.
There's 4 different scenes of disgusting, violent, abusive, offending, and racist content put together in a mixed sequence.
I think there were more than 4.
No, I'm pretty sure there were only 4 scenes in that whole movie.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I guess they're just 4. All right.
How this crap scores a 9 on IMDb is beyond me. Sometimes when people see a 9, they automatically deceive themselves into believing this is a masterpiece. And that maybe if they didn't like
everybody thinking they're being tricked?
something is wrong with their opinion or taste.
This movie's trying to trick me.
Nothing's wrong.
Into liking it.
Nothing's
Pictures
wrong.
aren't moving.
It's a bad movie from beginning to end. The problem is that sometimes Hollywood movies are overhyped for business reasons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, really.
You're right. They shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. They should just let the market decide.
I really wish that Quentin Tarantino would make movies that were for everyone.
Yeah.
You guys remember
No, I
all
think-
like the PR push Pulp Fiction had, where they had toys and happy meals, and the Saturday morning cartoon show.
Yeah, the Fox Force 5 spinoff.
I was disgusted because oh, what, we're promoting movies now? Like, people are just gonna promote movies? What's next, billboards?
I know. What, are you just gonna pay to put a poster someplace? Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah, business reasons, like what happened in Titanic. That one. The thing that happened in Titanic.
When they promoted Pulp Fiction and Titanic.
And Avatar, which, by the way, were okay movies. Those definitely were okay movies. Those are my examples of okay movies.
No, so he likes James Cameron's later period.
Yeah. But they didn't deserve the huge credit they received. I gave this a 1 because Samuel L. Jackson was the only thing interesting in this disaster. I'm not going to tell those of you that haven't seen it not to. You have to go through the experience on your own and make your fair, like a bus fare judgment.
All right. No, you can't watch this movie. It's too bad for you.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anyone's opinion, especially the ones that think that if you love this one, then you're cool.
I really love the attitude of like, hey, this is, this really well-renowned, popular movie that is super well-reviewed, and I don't like it, so clearly something's wrong with everybody else.
Yeah, fucking conspiracy.
Yeah, exactly.
I also like the whole thing of like, this movie is terrible, it's horrible. I only like Samuel L. Jackson, 1 out of 10. Nevertheless, I think you should see it.
Don't take my word for it.
Dun-dun-dun. All right, we're going to be moving on to a movie called The Godfather. That is the 1972 movie, The Godfather, Francis Ford Coppola.
Overrated.
And my name is M. Bouchwal. I caught up with this movie in February of 2006, and here's what I feel about this movie. Bait and Switch is the name of this game. Does Godfather romanticize crime and criminals? Yes, it does. Mm-hmm. Take, for instance, The Godfather's name, Corleone, which translates as lion-hearted, suggesting that heroes are to be compared to Richard the Lion-Hearted, legendary chivalrous hero of the Crusades and friend to Robin Hood. Yeah, this can be no doubt that author Mario Puzo and director Francis Ford Coppola have made romantic idols of the Corleones. The film gilds them with mystery, honor, and gallantry. What? But of what holy crusade are the Corleones the leaders? Yeah. No, we're already in the Crusades. We're fucking here. I am not done with my paragraph.
Of a movie.
We're comparing it to the Crusades. I think they can't be nearly as noble as the Crusades.
Right? Yeah, they can't be nearly as noble as the Crusades.
There's
exactly.
no such thing as irony.
You take this, objectively altruistic thing, the Crusades, and sully it with organized crime. It's disgusting.
Robin Hood is spinning in his grave.
Lemon, I feel like you're getting away from the point here. Like, if you're going to say such things, what's your favorite retelling of the Robin Hood story?
It's Men in Tights, obviously. Seemingly a war for survival against vicious enemies who would destroy their gang. But why should we care what happens to a bunch of evil criminals? Godfather is just as much interesting for what it fails to show the audience as what it does show. The filmmakers wrongly assume that the audience is sophisticated enough to infer the kind of lurid but emotional scene that made it the great success of earlier gangster films, nitty-gritty illustrations of the inside working of organized crime, loan sharking, extortion, and vice. Godfather, for the most part, ignores the subject matter. It's true. It's true. Nobody.
Why is this interesting, exciting movie not a documentary on the History Channel? God damn it. I didn't buy this ticket to be entertained.
Godfather, where bad things happen to nobody. Godfather, for the most part, ignores the subject matter, the everyday business of crime, in favor of what should be only the end part of its story, a war between gangs over the control of its rackets. The drama is essentially without motivation. The movie is simply not interested in showing us... here's the thing, right? Godfather really only takes place in, a week. That's it. The duration of the movie, The Godfather... It's basically just a day in the life.
Is it unmotivated?
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah, that afternoon that Michael spends in Sicily.
That's because the heroes would seem much less chivalrous if their criminal enterprise were shown in any depth with any real understanding. For the most part, the movie plays as a revenge tragedy in which the gallant protagonist could be members of any great family, whether criminal or enough, protecting their cherished honors. Why did the filmmakers deliberately sanitize the criminal aspects of the Corleone family?
God, this goes on.
Why? Why? Why?
Sanitize
Like, nobody was ever shot. No shopkeepers were ever roughed up.
Yeah.
No buildings ever blew up. It's a tragedy.
Look. I mean, I think we're judging too harshly. Remember when Don Corleone said, "I'll make him an offer he can't refuse," and the offer was a lot of money, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll sign him on now."
Well, I can't refuse that.
And then then they had they went back to the wedding reception. It was really nice.
The filmmakers, are they apologists for crime? I think they are. One confidence game employed by the filmmakers, which is also familiar among the annals of organized crime leaders, is a variation on the trick called bait and switch, right? Right? It's a trick that the criminals play. I learned about this from a Streets album. We expect a portrait of ruthless and immoral criminal. Instead, we are made to believe the essential moral rightness of Don Corleone.
What?
So close.
When he condemns as a contemptible enemy the kind of criminal who trades in narcotics. In other words, we are lured into the theater with the promise of a true-to-life depiction of the actions of a bad guy, and then the filmmakers slyly pull a fast one and show us a good guy instead!
What? Don Corleone, the lionized hero, the guy you root for.
Yeah.
What?
You're not
We're persuaded to
identify with him.
We're persuaded to ignore the fact that the Godfather is an extortionist and pimp. Even worse, we are asked to believe that extortion and pimping are not so bad, especially if practiced by an honorable guy like Don Corleone, who, whatever his failings, is much too decent to trade in narcotics. Yes. Hey.
What's got you so excited?
I'm about to read a phrase, and it's gonna make me excited. One thing that I know about me right now is that I'm a fan of Antonin Scalia.
Yeah.
This jiggery pokery was so effective.
This is Antonin Scalia. This was supposed to be a movie about a bad guy, and everything he's doing, I don't find any moral question with. Why is everybody saying this is a bad guy?
At this point, I'm just staring down in the mashed potatoes, hoping if I eat them, that time will speed up. All right, pass the turkey. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, the jiggery pokery that I had previously alluded to was so effective that around the time that this movie and its sequel came out, an Ivy League educated friend of mine on his way to a brilliant career on Wall Street bitterly denounced a critic of Godfather for making the claim that Don Corleone was not entitled to be regarded as a great hero like President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, General Douglas MacArthur, or Dr. Albert Schweitzer, who had received similarly a adulatory treatment on film. My friend, having seen both Godfathers, was convinced that a mafia leader might be just as honorable as the heroic portrait the movies presented.
Wall Street and the Crusades, both excellent things full of excellent characters of good guys.
My friend Richard Ramirez said that he loves The Godfather.
So, I, Anthony Scalia, feel the need to, on this occasion, to remind the public of what the mafia does, even when they allegedly refuse to get involved in narcotic sales. The mafia is mainly in the business of vice.
Well, that's capitalized. So, Vice.
Yeah,
Vice,
no,
Vice
yeah.
News.
The magazine. The magazine, yeah.
Now that I know that Don Corleone is a proud boy. It feeds off the weakness of a mass of little people who are corruptible, who are vulnerable to the appeal of easy sex, cheap thrills, quick money, and the quick fixes of their problems. These little people pay for all their vices and their lives much more than they can afford to pay, and it ends up ruined for the greater glory of the mafia. Most record crime is not glorious. It's petty and mean and easily committed by anyone who has less courage or daring than the average person. Courage and daring. How about you?
What about their levels
Shame if anything in here broke.
Okay, so we know about their courage level and their daring level. What about their dash and zest?
Yeah, I got to finish my character sheet.
Okay, no, you need to re-roll your zest statistic there. You're just not going to really work.
But it's easy to understand why the filmmakers left this out of the movie. It would be kind of absurd to call a scuzzy dirtbag by the name Lionheart.
You're really...
I looked up a fact once,
Boy, oh boy.
and it broke my mind in twain.
Wow.
How can I be stupid? I know so many words.
Okay, okay, that was the dissenting opinion on tort reform. Now Ruth Bader Ginsburg's going to talk about The Godfather 2 for some reason.
I'd like to read, what was this guy's name again? M. Bouchwal.
Yeah.
It's just M. Bouchwal's tagline for his review of Pretty Women.
Okay.
A slick advertisement for prostitution that lies and lies.
Wow. Wow.
His review of the Amos and Andy show was, the actors were like friends when I was a kid.
Whoa, okay.
Wow, that's really surprising.
Okay. Wow.
Suddenly I know a lot more about M. Bourgeois.
It's really depressing to find your dad on IMDb.
Oh, God.
His review of MASH was a snob appeal comedy that ushered in a mediocre new era.
I mean, that's kind of fair.
Oh no, Lemon's turning into M.
That's the
Bourgeois.
movie.
Yeah. He didn't like Reservoir Dogs.
No, that's weird.
He also didn't like Taxi Driver.
What's the point?
What's the point?
What's the point of any movie, really?
Listen. The character in Taxi Driver is obviously supposed to be like a likable person that you're supposed to identify with. He wakes up and he's going to shoot the president. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, that's all we need to read from The Godfather, because it's time to talk about the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, good.
God.
Shawshank Redemption on IMDb has been reviewed 2,193,825 times, receiving an aggregate score of 9.3. But Jack Chick, Kyle Max doesn't really agree with this consensus.
Mediocre people reward mediocre cinema.
Agreed.
It bugs me that this movie is rated so high. Not because it's a bad movie, but because it's a mediocre one. Apparently mediocre people reward mediocre cinema. This movie tanked big time when it was initially released, and with good reason. It wasn't until pseudo-intellectuals across the country started hyping it as de facto favorite movie for lowbrows worldwide that it started dominating the IMDb Best Movie list. In reality, Shawshank is like a sewage pump for every idiotic prison movie cliche ever made. Every guard is a monster. The warden is religious, therefore evil.
Where did they get these wacky ideas?
Not a single prisoner is actually guilty. Or if they...
I believe everything I'm told in a movie if a character says it.
Or if they are, they're so obviously redeemed that we're supposed to feel sorry for their unfair imprisonment. Murderers and sex offenders sit around in beatific awe as opera plays over loudspeakers. Right. The whole movie is so fake, so smarmy, and so condescending that it's no wonder that so many Americans, with their odd addiction to fake, smarmy, condescending things, consider it their favorite movie. I guess thinking for yourself is a burden too great for some of us to bear. My name is Kyle Max, and I'm a prison guard.
Oh.
Hello, I am Joe X, and this is my backlash vote against Shawshank Redemption. Saying this movie is the number 2 movie of all time is like saying McDonald's makes the best hamburgers.
Boom.
They're both palatable, predictable, inoffensive products that are easy to digest.
Oh, you're going to keep going with this metaphor. Okay.
That is, if you find the stunning speed with which a McDonald's hamburger flushes out of your digestive tract to be a happy occasion. All you need to know is that Shawshank has the exact same ending as Trading Places.
You mean where she crawls through the pipe full of shit?
Yes.
Okay.
So why not make Trading Places the greatest comedy of all time? What the hell? Why not make it number 3 on IMDb? It, too, is competent and utterly middle of the road in terms of quality and originality within its genre. Instead of Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy laughing it up on a Caribbean beach, after besting the forces of evil, we get Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins. It's the exact same ending.
Okay.
But they're not in the Caribbean at the end of Shawshank Redemption.
Same ending.
No, they both ended on a beach. It's the same movie.
It's the
Why the
exact
fuck?
same ending.
Okay, so I have not seen Trading Places. So is his point that the ends with these two two similar looking actors on a beach?
It ends
like,
with
is that
a
it?
black
Yeah,
man
that's-
and a white
There's a
man
black guy and a
on
white guy.
beach somewhere else.
They're in a different place than they were in the middle of the movie.
And weirdly, Jamie Lee Curtis is there.
It's all about the destination, guys. The journey has no actual importance.
If I'm being honest, I would watch every movie if it ended the same way that Trading Places does. It's just a great mood. Just everybody's on the beach. We all win. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I'm not saying every movie. I'm not coming down on anybody's bet, but like that's a fun end. Who cares?
No, but that would have been a huge improvement to Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Beach party.
That's why they stormed the beach in the first place. Drugs. Ass, where's my arm? I'm on a beach.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is there in a bikini, and it's great.
Earn this beach party. Earn it.
And they're drinking a drink that they mentioned earlier in the movie, and it's great.
What do you got there, Toast?
Oh, I'm not Toast. I'm IC. And my title is more like The Shamshank Redemption. Also, spoiler.
Whoa.
Warning, spoilers.
Whoa.
I wrote this on August 8th, 2006.
You promised only one spoiler.
Oh, there's more spoilers. Watch out.
The spoiler is that they're spoilers.
We already discussed the ending, so
Yeah.
Overlong, boring, tedious, overacted, and very, 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 very overrated. Hell knows what goes through the minds of people to vote the second best film ever. I first saw the cut down version lasting 1 hour 25 minutes, and it was still too long. I wouldn't mind, but it's so drawn out, fanciful, and pathetic. The things that happen in that prison would never happen just because some nerdy bank manager has hope. Give me a break. Which soap opera did that sad line come from?
You're right. You're right. Hope's never existed. Nobody's ever tried to break out of prison, and nobody's broken out of prison.
He's got a point. That scene where Tim Robbins turns to the camera and says, "I wish I had hope," was really
Really overacted.
this one.
No wonder it was initially ignored, and it should be continued to be ignored. Robbins, who was accused and wrongly convicted for the murders of his wife and her lover, never ages. At one point, he has to remind us he's been in jail for 12 years because it only looks like a week. Yeah, did you see the way he really changed in 12 years from 1994 to 2006? He looks like a much older man.
That's not the time frame of the movie.
No, in real life.
No.
saying the makeup.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
the
no,
makeup
he's
in real-
comparing. Yeah, it's less good than Tim Robbins actually aging over the course of 12 years.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
makeup artist should actually should have made him age. He should have put him in a time machine. And of course he does. He's 12 years older. In the Shawshank Sham.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I put on my my filter here.
Come on.
The sham shank dedemption.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah. It's not a redemption. It's a dedemption.
In the sham shank dedemption, he never aged 1 day in 12 years, and his hair is even cut the same style.
His prison barber didn't decide to like sort of change it up any.
Yeah, he was not following the new fashions.
I would have expected him to get at least a fresh new do, but they're just not.
High top fade.
Even when we then go forward, something like 20 years, he still looks the same, never aged at all, apart from a few bluey gray hairs at the sides. Blue gray. And after he escapes, after 20 years of tunneling through thick concrete with a small screwdriver, yes, that was a screwdriver. I think maybe this guy didn't actually see the movie. He meets up with his old buddy Freeman, who got out of jail legally. And get this,
Freeman.
Well, that's how he got the name.
Meets up with Gordon Freeman, who gets out of jail legally. And get this, both look younger than when they first went in.
Well, the light is a little nicer on the outside, at least.
By my reckoning, Tim Robbins should now be about 70, and Morgan Freeman in his early 80s. Yet both after serving their time, they still look barely 40. And what a load of
really
talk.
Cut up on this.
What?
Really, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I gotta say, it's been a while, and I don't remember like the age makeup, and I'm sure it wasn't that great, but like that is his only point.
And what a load of talkative rubbish. The most boring.
Oh yeah, okay.
The most.
There was a lot of talking.
I
in
wanted
that
to
movie.
watch men suffer in silence in prison. In real time.
The most boring, overhyped up film in history. Complete twaddle. God knows how on earth I watched all of it, but I did it for a bet because I cannot stand it.
What?
Wasn't worth a UK tenner anyways. My vote 2 out of 4 for mediocre drama. Get a life.
But you
this
gave
is
it 1 star.
2 out of 10.
Okay.
Has anyone else noticed that the majority of these reviewers have been British?
Or just talk like it.
Get a life.
Like, I mean, a twaddle is not necessarily a Britishism. It's just sort of an assholeism.
No, but a UK tenor?
Okay, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and just skip over part 3. Part 3 was called, I guess nerds are allowed to have opinions too. And yeah, they sure are. That's all fun, but it's sort of similar to other stuff that we've covered in other episodes. So I think we're just gonna go in here to in section 4. There's a review of a movie called Zootopia.
Yeah.
And Boots.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like there's an animal movie, there's a rabbit and a fox. They're friends.
It was a pretty good movie.
It was okay. But Boots, so what did you think of the movie Zootopia?
What did I think about it? Oh, I'll give it 2 stars. Who am I? I'm Natalie Dumont. Yeah, and so I have to say, Zootopia. Sigh. Not even the children are safe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mr. Police.
Wait, was Zootopia for children? I just thought it was exclusively for furries.
Not even
I thought that's
the
what they made it
children
for.
are
Police,
safe.
I gave you all the clues.
Preachy, proselytizing, pandering, predictable piece, pretending to be children's fare.
Oh, you almost had the full alliteration.
Boring at that. What else would you expect from the denizens of Bubbletopia who constructed this propaganda from the glass studios, from their glass studios?
So the bubble, so the glass studio is inside of the bubble. So
Yeah.
there's a bubble.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, and they're always
I'm
throwing
sorry to
stones in it.
interject. I'm
Oh,
sorry to
sorry,
interject,
yes?
but I actually do live in Hollywood, and I wish sometimes that these people could come here, hang out, and see how they are exactly like the people that live here. They're stupid. They think Hollywood's the problem. And they just complain about stuff and act like they're just experts. But it's like, you have no idea how Hollywood is exactly like everywhere else. And it's full of fucking morons.
Hey, you know what? Bozarth? You said a lot of words there, but all I heard was Bubbletopia banter. It's the same thing Bubbletopians always say.
I promise you, they're as racist and ignorant here as they are there. It's just they wear sunglasses here.
That's easy for you to say from your glass studio.
Nice
in
try, liberal. I'm not moving.
Hollywood agrees. The problem is Hollywood.
Teaching not to stereotype while stereotyping. I guess some groups aren't vocal enough to be protected. Can't have it both ways, Disney. Furthermore, this cartoon after-school special has the morality of a criminal defense lawyer. The reason why people are bad is because other people were bad to them first.
Right, yeah, no, people shouldn't actually have a defense in court. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
If the cops arrest you, that just means you're guilty.
Right. Everything else is just processing.
In the next installment of this fluff, why not have the fat cheetah come all the way out?
Yeah, I'm actually down for that.
You're all with me here, right?
I want to actually see the fat cheetah come all the way out, whatever show I'm at.
Weird porno, but okay.
Force that uncomfortable car ride home on the unwitting parents who want to raise their own kids the way they see fit.
What?
Okay.
I mean,
Just in case you didn't know how awful I was.
Yeah, no.
I really liked
on
it
it.
when all the animals treated each other with respect.
P.S. Practice what you preach, Bubbletopia. Welcome the so-called predators in your tightly secured, not so diverse enclave and see if they want to sing Kumbaya with ya. And no, the sloths were not funny.
Okay, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah,
This is terrible.
That actually pushed the letter.
That animal's standing up on its hind legs. What the fuck?
I pushed the whole writing table.
So I decided to look up Bubbletopia, and it turns out to be a boba bar in Edmonton.
Oh.
That was delicious.
Okay.
But
that's where they
there's
come
a
from.
picture on the front page here, Lemon, that you're probably going to want to see because I know you really like poutine.
I do like poutine. I do like poutine, and if I'm going to get poutine, I'm going to get that from a boba bar. What the fuck?
Delicious.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, not poutine.fyi. Probably
a
by the
lot
time
of
this
colors.
episode comes online, we will be having this. Let's call it poutine. I'm sure they do. So it looks like it's French fries. There's a bunch of green onion. Then there's short ribs.
I thought those were black beans. Like, I can't tell.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think
don't know.
It's blood sausage.
sausage.
Yeah.
So many. I mean, thing is, like, there's so many Canadians that are committing poutine crimes. Like, I was kind of expecting that, like, everyone else would be committing poutine crimes, but, like, Canada would hold it down. No, not at all.
I want to say it's topped with shredded Swiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just like mozzarella, like a real greasy mozzarella.
Yeah. Yeah. Some Cisco mozzarella.
Kumquatxop, you just found a review of Zootopia. What did you think?
Liberal brainwashing!
Yes, please.
One for me and one for my
Liberal
friend.
brainwashing! This movie is an attempt to make children become Democrat! And
Interesting
it
attempt.
isn't subtle. It sends a message that we should hold people blameless for their bad behavior.
Sure, yeah. No, you're right. Absolutely, yep.
E.g. the sly fox in the movie, smiley face. And instead blame stereotypes for that person's bad behavior. The writers of the movie tried to act as if the move were aware of behavior that supports stereotypes. per the naive bunny cop, political symbol for women getting in the military, police via gender discrimination programs as attested by the Assistant Mayor Lamb, who defends the publicly discriminated against Fox, symbol for black people, who ironically ends up behaving in line with the stereotype, swindling the store to make money dishonestly.
Wow.
All right, so your argument is that the representation of black people should have been punished more severely for stealing a popsicle.
Yeah. This person didn't get past the first 20, 30 minutes of the movie before they were just like, that is unforgivable. That popsicle is for elephants and not for foxes.
Yeah.
How dare they resell this popsicle on the black market? IMDb will hear about this. Also stereotypes, I guess.
The very last section in this document is called "Please Stop Being Horny" on IMDb.
What?
Never.
We're gonna go to a movie that we're gonna go to a movie that I think you're all familiar with. It's a movie that I feel like I've heard a lot about lately, and it's called The Hottie and the Naughty, starring Paris Hilton.
Ooh, I've heard of that movie.
10 out of 10.
It's it's probably my favorite Visible Mid-Riff movie.
It is the number one mid-riff movie.
If I recall, I think I recently went into a fugue state about that movie.
So, Jack Chick, what did you think of The Hottie and the Naughty?
As close to Paris Hilton as you could get.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Unless you know.
I could think of one movie where you get closer.
What could we be referring to? I have no clue.
Is that on IMDb?
I'm gonna see. One Night in Paris, the 1938 movie. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
Unless you know her daily itinerary, this is as close to cheeky Paris Hilton as you could possibly get. Far from being a rich, spoilt brat, Paris has got natural talents as an entrepreneur. Okay. That I admire.
Yeah, she started the chain of Hilton hotels.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's where that name came from, yeah.
That's cool. All right. She's a natural actress, very comfortable in front of a camera, very cool, calm, cheeky, and captivating. I enjoyed this fun-filled movie from its beginning. What I like about the themes of this particular movie: Paris' character of being a faithful friend to someone unfortunate. I wonder if Paris Hilton can stay in any long-term relationship in real life. Paris' philosophy about the human soul versus body and how we look on the outside. The revealing flashback story technique that is used to explain present relationships in relation to the past.
I hated it when they used it in Pulp Fiction, but...
If you want a good laugh and a little learning philosophy and how you... Sorry.
A little philosophy. Just a little philosophy.
It's right up there with the Hegelian dialectic. If you want a good laugh and a little learning philosophy and how humans judge others, watch this movie. I also recommend the movie Shallow Hal, which is just as good.
Ooh. That I don't necessarily disagree with on its face.
Hey, my name is who cares? Anyway, I have a review for Gods of Egypt. The Gerard Butler movie, Gods of Egypt, that everyone saw, right? Yeah. I gave Gods of Egypt 3 stars. The title of my review is The Tits. I'm giving 2 points because there was some good.
You thought this movie was The Tits?
No, I'm giving 2 points because there was some good tits and ass from the girls who was actors in this film. Okay, let it be 3 because of Jamie Lannister. Film is a shame. Bad story, bad actors, everything is bad. I cannot say much more. Maybe if you smoke a real big joint, it could be enjoyable, but I don't think so. If you really want to know who's Horus, let's see Immortals. That will show you that. Or watch a document from National Geography. there's a review we're not going to cover of the movie Teeth. First of all, let me say this right out front: never watch the movie Teeth. It is dreadful. It is awful. But the review of the movie Teeth, the title of it is "I haven't even jerked off since Easter."
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Last one in this section here. Kumquatxop, what did you think of the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh no, thank you. I am Casanero 1973, and I am talking about this movie in 12 February 2015. 3 out of 10. When someone tells you the premise of this movie, your little heart just gets so excited. Your imagination just goes wild with the possibilities. Then you hear the dang rabbit's voice. Please.
Oh, that's not how I remember that voice sounding.
And blam! Your heart just breaks. And you have to have your arms tied so you don't pull out your hair by the roots. It helps if you look at in on mute and just have the close caption up. The way that they were able to pull this off is just mesmerizing. That
Having cartoons on
red dress.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Okay, gotcha.
Amazing.
They use the finest Hollywood technology to give me an erection.
Personal issues aside,
Well,
Nope.
at least he's aware.
These personal issues are up
I
front
am
and center.
moving them aside. This movie is worth checking out just to see how wonderful everything looks. And if you find yourself wanting to commit murder upon exposure to Roger Rabbit's voice, hit mute and chillax.
So you got so horny from Jessica Rabbit that you want to murder Roger Rabbit.
Isn't that the plot?
Get
no.
that rabbit husband out of the way.
That's the
No,
red
it's-
herring. Sorry.
No, it's because there's a cartoon guy who's actually a huge. I don't care about this.
Yeah, I remember now.
And then, Adam, just if you'll take that last section there of some titles. So these are just some titles of different reviews found on IMDb.
Mm-hmm. Make sure to order nachos, because there's plenty of cheese.
An insult to the original Death Note. Desunoto.
Noto.
Desunoto. Sorry.
Eso noto.
Desunoto. Well, I guess I'm a diseased vulture then.
I guess so.
Flat tire. Read a book.
Not a sports page, not a magazine.
Read a
Wow.
motherfucking book.
A fucking book, cowboy.
You could rename this movie Final Destination 6, and no one would know.
Take that, Tenant.
Teeth? Castration anxiety.
Agreed.
This movie will make you purge. By purge, I mean more like hurl vomit.
Nice.
Lord Von Trash.
Oh yeah. That's my stage name for my Dead Boys cover band.
On the bass, Lard Von Trash.
That's right.
And this sounds like a song you guys might play.
You mean Cuxploitation, our song?
5 for 5 out of 5. A highly entertaining, wild, hilarious, no disappointment to any LT fan with great music.
LT in this case would be
It's
a review for Space Jam. Oh, Looney Tunes. Okay, great.
Flatulence in a galaxy far, far away. Bonjour, je suis un Mérisu.
Oh, I like that. Actually, that's actually a pretty good one. I like that.
If you dismiss all whining from Fato Terrorist Org, this movie is fine.
Okay, fatoterrorist.org.
A
Doesn't seem to work.
Shrek too far. I laughed. My 4 friends laughed. My sis laughed. My mom laughed. And my grandma laughed.
Oh, thanks, Shrek the Third.
Oh, Jesus.
And allow me to leave you with this one final thought. You people need to go to prison for your crimes against humanity.
Agreed.
That was an 8 out of 10 star review for Meet the Spartans.
So F+, what do you think we learned from any of this?
You people need to go to prison for your crimes against humanity.
Oh, we keep learning that. We keep learning that over and over and over again.
I mostly learned things about visible mid-riffs.
Did you learn about visible mid-riffs or visible mid-riffs?
No.
Learned about
Visible
both.
mid-riffs.
Learned about both
I
of
came
those
into
things.
this whole experience hoping for more of high riffs, but I settled for what I
Yeah.
got.
I learned most movies trick you into thinking they're good.
Right. You need to think for yourself and not actually examine the work.
I learned that some people will base their whole tastes and opinions out of spite on an internet forum or an internet review site. Like, most of these people are just like, yeah, the movie's fine or it's just mediocre, but the real reason I'm giving this a 1 out of 10 is because you all like it.
Yeah, like I've been struck recently of just like how like people can't seem to divorce like the thing that they think like that you build a narrative, like you start off with an opinion and then you just build a narrative around the thing you think, like despite anything else that's around there, like even when it's completely inconsequential. So like these reviews, like people will be coming up with some QAnon bullshit about like other people like this movie and I don't like this movie, and I could easily take this on fact and nobody loses, or I can be like, oh, it's actually a conspiracy by Mr. Tim Robbins.
Well,
Did
to make me look like an idiot and get kicked out of that party, Janice.
Did you just describe American politics?
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
did.
pretty much.
I think I did. Like, in all of these ways that it shouldn't affect things, like, you still get this effect happening on every single corner of the internet. That anything that runs into my completely unfettered, like, breakneck opinion is an affront to God himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look outside. You can see it.
I hate making a point that's supposed to be humorous, but then it just ends up salient, and then we just all have to sit with it for a minute.
I mean, this podcast has been very prescient, and, you know, you can only predict the future for so long.
You're soaking in it. And if you want to soak in it, you can go to thefpl.us. I'm basically sold out of all merch, but, you know, we're going to make some more. And also, Ball Pit, 24 terrible hours probably happening, hopefully.
We're going to call it Garbage Day.
Well...
Okay, this branding meeting is over.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, hold on. We gotta have a group
just-
powwow about this one.
Let's just hang up on the Zoom
Can we
call.
just circle back on this real quick?
Let's
I'm really
just,
concerned
go
about
to a
our
breakout
I'm a little concerned about the time limit on Zoom. Can we take this to Microsoft Teams?
Okay, bye!
Hollywood is hot. Hollywood is hot. Hollywood is hot. Hollywood is hot.
You mean cuxploitation, our song?
Cuxploitation takes you to a category. It takes you somebody's list of movies, their favorite cuxploitation films.
Favorite Eating Raoul, a cuxploitation film.
Antichrist.
Eyes Wide Shut. That actually is a cuxploitation film. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape is also a cuxploitation film. Never mind.
Okay,
this actually is a
pretty
genre.
good. All right.
Armageddon.